What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to make a quick video now that I have landed safely in Vermont, as you can see behind me here. Staying with a mother-in-law until my wife and I can find a place to live. She's already working, which is awesome. I, unfortunately, am still in the pattern of getting a job, but I think I have something, which is good. So, just wanted to make a video to talk about some things that I see amateurs struggle with. I've been fortunate enough to be playing for 25 years, so I got to grow with the game and be consistent more as a kid, playing junior tournaments and stuff like that, to where I get more consistency. Granted, I still have struggles like everyone else does in the game of golf, but I wanted to kind of just highlight a few things that I think I notice more often on the range, and I notice more often playing with casual golfers when you get paired up in fours if you're playing with a buddy or whatever. So I just wanted to bring up a couple tips, 6 tips pretty much that I think will make your golf game more enjoyable. Hopefully, it'll lower your scores as well. But there's no quick fix to becoming a good golfer. It takes time and practice, obviously. But which leads into my first point, which is practice. Something new for me that I have to kind of learn and deal with is obviously this weather. Being from California, rain or shine, you can find ranges that you can play with and work with and stuff like that. And here, I have snow, so there's one venue that is a golf simulator range indoors. It's about an hour from here. So I'm only going to be able to probably swing my clubs legitimately once a week. Obviously, I got 42 acres behind me. I can get out there and swing a club and stuff, but as far as ball striking and stuff, it's not going to happen. So practice, whether it's putting indoors on carpet or wood, it doesn't matter when you're, especially when you're putting, like you're not trying to find a feel for your carpet. You're just trying to practice that stroke and mimic what you're trying to do. Something that I still struggle with, even as long as I've been playing, is pushing and pulling putts. And a lot of that just comes down to execution of your swing. If you're not taking the time of repetition and finding what you're looking to do, you're going to struggle. It's, inconsistencies in golf are, in my opinion, especially for someone that's an amateur golfer like me, if I don't take the time and apply properly, I make mistakes. And when I make mistakes, I go from shooting an 80 to a 90. It can happen in a blink of an eye, and that's what makes this game so frustrating. But to me, so intriguing is that I have something tangible to work on consistently and something that's obtainable. And when you do shoot that good round, or you do have a good day where you felt really, really strong about something you did, even if it's not all aspects of your game, you know, sky's the limit there. That's what makes me want to get out there and get ready for my next round and circle that day on the calendar where I know I got a tee time next week with a buddy or something like that. So those are important. Number two, as far as points go, don't pay to play. Golf companies obviously spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of marketing into not only backing their pros, but taking the time with their players, and to the general public to say, our drivers are the best on the market because we have this technology. And Callaway working with Boeing, although that's super cool, it's not going to make you a better golfer until you have the swing and you apply it properly, and you're hitting the sweet spot on your driver or whatever club you're hitting. You're not utilizing that technology regardless. So I always say, especially if you're a newer golfer, there's nothing wrong with buying a used set of clubs, even if they're an older model, and just starting there. Don't invest all this money into something and they get frustrated with the game. And I see it too often. People will spend $1,000 on new clubs and they can't hit them. And what's $1,000 investment if you can't utilize them? So there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying used clubs. I like Global Golf or Second Swing. As far as websites go, I know it's a little bit more different working with stuff online in regards to trying to find something that works for you. But it's a good place to start. It's a good foundation. And also, you should definitely look into getting your clubs fitted. It's going to cost you a little bit of money, but you can have someone that's trained to do this and paid to do this help you find that perfect length in your club or shaft or whatever it needs to be, to make your game more suited and more fitted towards your swing. So I think that's important as well. Number three, driving the ball far and striking the ball really far is nice and makes you look cool and all that fun stuff. But everyone knows that where you make up your most ground or lose your most ground is on the putting green. So I always recommend, regardless of whether you're going just to hit balls or whatever, take some time to putt. I think what's important for me, I don't traditionally like spending a lot of time putting. It's not my favorite thing to do. I obviously would rather be hitting a driver or striking irons or whatever. But I just bring in my phone and some earbuds, and I just putt. And I run the same kind of simple drills in regards to trying to get my speed and my roll going consistently. Then I'll vary off into different lengths and distances as I feel like I have the feel of the greens. Um, and that helps a lot for sure because, you know, putting and practicing putting could be a little monotonous, but it's something that has to be done. I mean, if you really want to be a confident putter out there and shave strokes off your game immediately, it starts there. Scrambling is a big part of it, especially for amateur golfers, because you're going to miss greens, or maybe you come up short, or you fat a ball from 150 out, where you're looking like you might have a chance for birdie, and you leave it short, or you miss left or right, whatever the case may be. If you can't chip and you can't putt, you will never be a good golfer. It's absolutely impossible. So apply your time, take your time. Every time you're practicing or going to hit the range, putt. It's important. It seems easier said than done, and some people think, well, obviously you need to do that. But I know a lot of people watching them on the range, or friends included, who will just go and strike balls, and they don't want to take the time to putt. And in the long run, if we're all out here for fun, I hope, first and foremost, but if we're also out there to make the most of our time, I guess you can say, because you're obviously paying to play in regards to green fees and your time included. I mean, these are all things that are valuable, especially to me. I find those things to be valuable. I want to try to get the most out of my round, and to get the most out of my round, I have to apply myself first, not just mentally and physically, but I have to take the time with repetition and with practice and stuff like that. So, super important. Number four, take the time, especially, and have a game plan on whatever the weakest part of your game is, and that's where you practice. So, for me, lately, it's been ball striking, which has actually always been the strongest part about my game. But I got some new irons, and I'm just not hitting them the way I'd like to. On the range, I look like a maniac. I'm awesome. I'm striking the ball really well, but when I'm actually playing, I'm missing left or right, and I'm having inconsistencies in my swing. So for me, ball striking, which is normally the thing I probably practice the least lately, has now become my focal point. So when I go out this week to this indoor range, I'm going to be probably spending, I don't know, 80% of my time, maybe a little bit more, just on ball striking until I feel like I get what I'm looking for on my swing. I know what I'm doing, but it's the application, and sometimes that just takes time. Excuse me, takes time to really dial in and get moving. You know what I mean? So that's something that's important. Number five, utilize your swing. I think a lot of people are, obviously chasing that perfect swing. You see, obviously, pros on tour that just make it look effortless. And granted, they have, this great talent and this great ability, but they practice too, just like you and I. So, whether you're swinging inside or out, or, maybe you're not getting as far back on your backswing as some of the pros are, that's okay, because ultimately the goal is to hit the ball straight and hit it as far as you possibly can, or I guess you'd say closest to the range of what you're trying to get out of the club as possible. So, if you're hitting a three quarters, 8 iron, and you're expecting it to go, I don't know, a buck 40 or whatever, and that's what you're trying to do, then hit that golf shot every time. If you know the distance of your clubs and what you're trying to do, then apply it. So it doesn't have to be the swing out of your shoes with your driver, or I have a 3 iron and I need to just smoke a ball. Sometimes it's good just to hit a clean shot. So we're always trying to work on our swing and trying to make our swing more poetic, I guess you can say, with tempo and striking and stuff like that. But if you're comfortable doing something, and unless it's a drastic part of your swing that's really becoming a detriment, just work with it. So, moving forward, I'm going to do some stuff with hopefully getting some people to upload some and submit some videos to me in regards to things they're doing with their swing that hopefully I can help them out with, or whether it be drills or practice, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, I just want to see people hopefully take some advice away from this channel and be able to apply it in their game without having to make like drastic changes. So like I said, unless you're throwing out this crazy hitch in your swing that's really bad for you, if I see your swing, I'll try to just maybe straighten it out a little bit, or make it feel where it's a little bit more comfortable. So feel free to send me off anything either on Twitter, which I'll have in the link below, or through here as well, or you can email me at beercangolf@gmail.com. And then lastly, not least, play with friends. I can go to the range and strike 100 balls by myself, and it's all fine and dandy and everything. But at the end of the day, golf is so much more fun when you play with people you like to be around. I personally, I've been in the restaurant business all my life, and playing with bartenders and other managers and stuff, I have the most fun with those guys that you can imagine because we're all out there to have a good time, and yeah, obviously some of us are better than others, but it's the experience of it. And like I said, time, time and your money are both valuable, and if you apply those with good friendships and good buddies and people that you enjoy playing with, I think it makes the game that much more enjoyable. So sorry, this video went on a little longer than I wanted it to, but like I said, I just kind of started this channel and just kind of wanted to hopefully make a quick few tips and things to help help your game right out of the gate. And if there's anything else you can think of or questions you have, feel free to reach out to me. And got my my co-pilot right there. That's Prince, but I call him Bogey, which I'm very familiar with. But nonetheless, if you guys have anything else, let me know. Cheers.